um, weezer, hashpipe. Um, it's a little bit. I mean, it's quicker than you think maybe. Um, there's two ways to play it, um, and they may even move between them. I watched some live version of it, but they're more focused on the singer than they are the guitarists. So I picked up their positioning best I could. Um, but it's definitely starting off with an A to a B to a C, right? And that's quick. Sometimes the two A strikes I do up and down, and sometimes I all down strikes, strokes, not strikes. Obviously, it's here too. I actually found that more difficult somehow. That fits into a place where I'm stopped. Whereas this one, I kind of end up mushing them. It's new to me. I've never played the song before. So it's up in there anyhow. We'll do it slow. Then it stops on a D and then goes back into it. And the counts on these I don't have. If you need me to have them because you don't know the song that well, that's fine. I'll put them in there. But I'd rather get to playing the stuff that you want to learn rather than listening to songs over and over again and counting bars and stuff. I don't know the song. I mean, I know it, but I don't know the song well enough to know how many beats there are. Like I said, if you do, play it by ear on the timing. If you don't, say so and I'll get it. Um, so it goes to that D the once, and then it goes back to the for a seemingly long time. Goes back to the D again. Goes up to an F at the 10th fret. So we're playing the A, right, bar chord, and we're gonna include it all because they're messy. So we're gonna go right across all. We'll do the four bass strings. So right up to your G string. Then we're gonna go down to your yeah 7, which is gonna be your E bar chord, right? Then down to the 5, which is a D bar chord. Then down to the 3, which is a C bar chord. Then down to the 2, which is a B bar chord. And then it goes back into it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. That one, I just don't have a wall to stop against, so I end up being mushy. The solo on that, um, you'll hate yourself. It's not that bad. I think it's completely out of your standard wheelhouse. But I think you'll have no trouble doing it. It's just there's going to be nothing familiar to you. Um, it's kind of double stops, but with a string in between. Um, so if you put your ring finger on the 13th fret of the G, and then you put your, well, yeah, why is that? Nope, that feels wrong. Yeah, sorry, 13th fret of the B, and then the 10th fret of the D. So you're on 10 of the D, 13 of the B, and you're gonna strike across all three strings, but your G string is muted. By your pointy finger coming across. And as you're trying to get your fingers positioned and stuff, you have to make sure that you don't push down on that G, because it just doesn't belong. So that's your mute. So you're gonna write 1, 2, 3, 4, slide down, keeping the same pattern. So now you're on the 12 and the 9. Then you're going to go down to the 10 and the 7, and the 9 and the 6. So it's like this. Whoops. Where did I go with that? Yep, so that's a whole step. So it's half step, then it's whole step, and whole step. And that's a tougher stretch, because you're going to be from the 8th fret on your B string to the 5th fret on your D string, and that's going to be a tough stretch on those fingers. So that's the first part of it. And then you're going to come up to your E and your G string, and you're going to do 12 on the E and 9 on the G, and same thing, we're going to be muting that B string in between. So we're going to, I'll just follow this finger. So that's going to be 12, 10, 7, oh, pardon me, 8, 7. So that's 9 and 12, 7 and 10, 5 and 8, 4 and 7. Then you're going to go to your 15th fret on your E string and your 12th fret on your G, same idea, and whatever works for you, whether you want to use your pinky, doesn't matter, ring finger. So you're going to do a half step, so that's going to be 11 and 14, then you're going to come down to the 12 and the 9, and the 10 and the 8, 10 and the 7. And then you're going to go back and do, if that was 4 patterns total, you're going to do pattern number 2 again, which is going to be the 12 and 9, 10 and 7, 8 and 5, 7 and 4. All right, it's ugly. It's all there. Play it back over again. It's going to stretch the hell out of your left hand. It's going to frustrate you with timing. And being up in frets that you're not always moving around in, but they're not terrible, because they are, staying in the pattern and moving down. It's just, remembering the intervals. Once you've got that, then you'll be off and running. It does something there. If you play a G chord, using your pinky, your ring in your middle, instead of how, we typically do it that way. If you put your pinky on your skinny E string on the third, then your ring finger would go on the third of the fat E string, and your middle finger would go on the second of the A string, right? So we're playing it like that, and they play that G chord, throwing in that C note in there. And again, I don't really know the pattern of that. It's just, I think, as they go into the solo. So I think you'll spend a while getting the smooth. That's not an insult to you. It's I'm not playing it up to speed yet. I think speed is somewhere up. So it's got to move to it. Any questions about that one? Let me know.